Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. I've got a new gimbal. I'm just trying it out for the first time in my messy kitchen. In theory, it follows me around. Nearly. Yep. I'm sure I've got to learn a bit more about it, but anyway, you can see me move around and it will drive you a bit seasick, I imagine. Anyway, I wanted to do a quick video to mark World Sleep Day. Now, since I've been trying to get myself a bit more healthy, get my head a bit more sorted, I've been learning the importance of what I call sleep hygiene. So the preparations I make before I go to bed, really so I can sleep quicker, and the things I do in the morning when I wake up to try and improve how I feel and my general well-being for the day ahead. Now the theme of World Sleep Day, which is today, the 14th of March 2025, is sleep health, so more or less the same thing. Now I realise that we all understand, or most people understand, the importance of exercise, eating healthily, drinking sensibly for our well-being and our mental health. But I'm not sure everybody understands quite the importance of sleep. So this is a quick canter through some of the points that come from the World Sleep Organization website and also my own current sleep plan, which I try to follow, and that should hopefully provide some information you would find interesting. So please keep watching. I've got some notes, so I will be looking down. Not very many, but it might help prompt my mind. So, according to the World Sleep Society on their website, I'm not a professional, so I like to quote from things and make sure I'm using reference material. Anyway, sleep helps support our memory and our learning because it keeps our minds fresh and it helps to kind of process things when you're asleep. And obviously, if you're a bit tired, it's harder to learn and concentrate. Sleep helps clear waste from our brain and promote brain health. I didn't know that. It's quite interesting. Sleep supports brain health, and brain health supports sleep. So it's kind of a circular pattern. If we can sleep well, our brain's healthier, and if we can have a healthier brain, so we're looking after ourselves for our exercise and our eating well, in general, one of the things I talk about around the mental health and well-being baseline, everything should improve. Sleep supports our immune system, and funnily enough, our immune system supports our health. It's funny how these things are circular, and you can need a bit of both. You look after it for it to look after you. And apparently, sleep helps to recycle old cells and maintain our bodies and our energy levels. So now we go on to talk about the six dimensions of sleep. And this isn't some kind of Star Trek term. This is something again from I've taken from their website and the guidance they give for World Sleep Day. So we need to consider the duration of our sleep. Optimize it for ourselves probably, but the general rule of thumb is 8 hours. Personally, I get 7 probably most nights, and that seems to do me, but in your own case it might be different. Efficiency, so how well can we fall asleep and how long do we stay asleep? So that would be when you get to bed, how long does it take you to switch off and actually fall to sleep? And then if you're going through the night and you're not waking up, well, that sounds a good thing. If you wake up a few times, maybe you're an older man with a slightly active bladder in the evenings, like myself, and you wake up, need to go for a tinkle, well, maybe you're not getting as much sleep as you think. But on the other hand, it might be quality sleep for you, so do be pleased with that. As long as you're getting approximately 7 to 8 hours, then you're probably doing the right thing. Um, the next thing would be the time you go to sleep. So we all do it. We all go to sleep at what we think is a good time. Generally, it ends up being 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, sometime around that kind of threshold. And maybe it's not quite optimal for yourself. That's something to think about. Regularity. So this is something I've learned, and this is about having consistent sleep and wake times. I think this is something that's sort of transformed me. So um, the theory is if you go to sleep at the same time every night, and preferably it's not midnight, preferably it's more like 10:30, 11 o'clock or earlier. Again, personal to yourself. You want to be able to do that consistently throughout the week and month, because then your body gets into a rhythm and gets used to this time I go to sleep, or this time I rest, or this time I get up. The getting up bit's a bit odd because I never quite understood that myself, but it really does work. So once you get used to the same time every morning, generally it happens. I don't even need my alarm clock most mornings now because my body knows it's time to wake up and get going. Um, and then a bit of an assessment pillar or dimension. So it's about alertness, so understanding how you feel when you have been sleeping. What's your daily alertness? How's your attention during the waking hours? That can help you to monitor if you're getting enough sleep, enough quality of sleep. And then the final one is how satisfied you are when you wake up and you're sleeping. That's a difficult one because sometimes you can have a good night's sleep, but you still feel a bit groggy in the morning. So I think if you're doing that, you want to do that consistently over a few weeks or months to see actually how does it pan out on average rather than day by day. Just because you had a bad night's sleep last night, you'll feel groggy today doesn't mean you will next week. So some of these things need to be persisted with. On to things you should consider. So the first thing is around your sleeping environment. How do you control it? So we all do it. We all take our phones to bed. Often people have got televisions in their rooms and other electronics. It's a bit of a no-no, especially watching TV late at night just before you go to sleep, because the stimulation of the screen and the advent of these blue lights, which apparently help to keep you awake or wake you up a bit, which is not ideal. Personally, I put my phone so it turns yellow after 7 o'clock, and that helps me to apparently cut down the blue light. I also put my phone so it goes to silent so I don't get any notifications. I apologise for any friends I don't message after 7 o'clock. My phone's on silent. I started doing that when we had our daughter because I didn't want the phone beeping when she was trying to sleep. Then when is your bedtime? I was talking about it just now. So yeah, try and get a consistent bedtime. Trying to find a time that works for you. I generally try to go to bed by 10:30 every night. Sometimes it's a bit later because I fancy sitting there and talking to the wife for a bit or something's gone on. But most nights 10:30 is that limit. Some nights like when I've got exercise in the morning, I'm going to High Rocks with Matt K. Thumbs up to you. I sometimes try to go to bed at 9:30 because I have to be up at 4:30 to be at the gym for our 5 o'clock start, which I'm heading off too soon. It's 4:20 now, so yes, not long until I head towards the gym. But in your case, again, it's personal. But I recommend sort of 10:30, 11 o'clock. My dad always said, get an hour before bed. Sorry, an hour before midnight is better than an hour after midnight. And I think in some ways he was correct. I never believed him at the time, especially when I was a teenager. I'd rather be out drinking and doing all those fun things. It's only been in the last 5 or 6 years when I've needed to be more conscious of my mental health and well-being that I've actually listened to him. So cheers, Dad. How much sleep you get per night? We've covered that. You know, aiming for 7 hours or more. But again, it's a personal thing. You might find you can get away with 5 hours. But just experiment and look after yourselves. And then when you wake up in the morning, how satisfied do you feel? And personally, I think it's worth making like a sleep diary or sleep journal and trying to record, sort of what time you went to bed, the things you did to prepare, what your environment was like, and then that can allow you to monitor it over a week or a couple of weeks and see what's going on. You might even identify things you could talk to your GP about if there's things that are stressing you out or things that are keeping you awake and preventing you dropping off. You could pop and see your GP and they might be able to help, or obviously some other medical practitioner. So I'm going to cover my sleep plan. Now, I'm not perfect. I don't always stick with it. Things happen, as I say. So maybe you're going out somewhere to enjoy yourself. You don't want to be in bed by 10:30 if you're out enjoying yourself, do you? Eh? But I think the rule of thumb is try and get consistency for a few days a week or more, ideally. And over a month, if you've got a Thursday month, you probably want to try and get sort of 20 or more days as a consistent sleep pattern. That would be quite useful. So in terms of the environment, as I say, phone goes to yellow, and I try not to use it too close to bedtime. But it's quite hard because I also use it to play meditation or white noise to help me go to sleep. So yeah, it's kind of next to my bed, even though people recommend you don't. Then there's the temperature. So I've found that if I go to bed and it's cooler, it kind of helps me relax a bit more. And then when you get the covers on, I'm the right fidget, aren't I? Once you get the covers on, you can the heat helps you to relax because you warm up with the bedding, and as you warm up from being a bit chilly from the room, I find it does relax the muscles down a little bit, which helps. Then there's kind of things like improving your environment by maybe checking if your pillows are a bit old or a bit flat. And if you've got the money, try and maybe get a different mattress because that can make all the difference as well. You can find that yourself. Well, we got new mattresses that made a difference, and got some new pillows. And it's amazing how different they are between the little flat, thin things I thought were normal and a nice chunky soft one, which is quite supportive. It definitely helps. So preparation for sleep. Now, I've been trying to do what they call intermittent fasting, but I think myself and Matt Kay just call it normal eating. So effectively, um, Matt Kay is my personal trainer, if you don't know that. Anyway, so eating at regular times and then making my last meal about 6 or 7 o'clock at night. It's not eating prior to bedtime, making sure I don't eat after 7 o'clock seems to work for me. And then I don't eat until I get back from the gym in the morning or a bit later, so probably 12 to 14 hours later. And it seems to settle things. Yeah, it seems to work. Probably, I think the body processes things overnight and isn't going to bed feeling really full up. And then journaling. So I don't do this every night, but when I do, it really does help. So um, writing some gratitude down, things that have gone well during the day, and recording your plan or your thinking of what you need to do for the next day, so you can park things. Often we lie there worrying about, oh, I've got this meeting, or that's happening. Have I forgotten about, will I remember to do X, Y, Z? If you've written it down, you can uh, you can maybe let your brain settle a bit. Also, having somewhere making notes next to your bed. Winston Churchill famously had writing equipment next to his bed, so if he woke up, he could write down his ideas. And I think he does that in one of the films about him. Um, yeah, quite interesting. I do that. Sometimes I've started recording with my voice because it's quicker. But again, my phone turns on, and that's not supposed to be so good to use it. How much rest? Yes, I aim for about 7 hours. 8 hours would be great. I don't generally sleep all the way through, but at least if I'm resting for about 7 hours, it seems to be about right. And the next thing to think about, I think, is the wake-up plan. So again, try and get a consistent time. I try and be awake by about 5 every morning. I get up, I have some water, so hydrating after being asleep is quite useful, quite a good thing. Then I go and do my exercise. Personally, I choose to go to the gym because I enjoy it, but some people might prefer to do yoga or something a bit more gentle, or maybe just go for a walk. Okay, it's dark and cold outside, especially in the UK at the moment, but hey, maybe walk a bit later, but essentially try and get your body to wake up a bit by movement can help. Another thing I've tried, or I'm not very consistent with it, is Priming by Tony Robbins. If you go to his website, he's got a video on priming. There's also on YouTube, but essentially it's it's a way of helping the mind and body get used to being positive at the start of the day. Some breathing exercises, and in theory, it helps you to have a better day. Which kind of goes on to the final thing is to try having a look over your journal from the day before, seeing what you achieved, seeing what you're grateful about, reminding yourself of the things you want to do during the day today, and maybe write down some more things you're grateful for. Maybe you're grateful because you can hear the birds outside. Maybe you're grateful because you had a good session in the gym. Maybe you're just grateful you woke up. Some people don't even manage that, do they? Yeah, and the theory is that then allows you to feel more positive during the day and sets you up for a successful day. That's about it, really. That's my summary of how I think of sleep hygiene. As I said, it's very personal, very individual to each person, and you need to do you, as they say. But it's definitely worth considering some of those things and looking after your sleep, and it will look after you. Have a good day. Subscribe, like, all that kind of stuff. I'm up to 11 subscribers now. That's really cool, isn't it? It's not earth-shattering, but at least some people are tuning in. Maybe they'll actually listen to my videos one day and catch the old carrot crunching voice. Anyway, have a good day, and I shall be posting on the weekend for my weekly gratitude. Cheers, bye.